Hey everyone, I'm Paul. I'm going to run Croc Legend of the Gobbos today. So I guess we'll get started if you're ready on time. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to be running the PC version. And this is, any percent. So we're basically just going to get to the end of every level. We don't need to collect anything. Just make our way through. If you've ever played Croc before, or even if you haven't, you've probably noticed something weird already, which is that I can fly. You're not supposed to be able to in this game. It's not intended at all. But we're going to be doing it the entire game. You're going to be hearing Kasplat like 300 times. It's going to be great. So, in order to do this hover glitch, which is what we call it, you need to jump, tail attack. Oh, whoops. Jump, tail attack within 3 frames, and then do another press jump again, 9, 10, or 11 frames later. So it's a 3-frame window at 30 FPS just to get the hover. Nice. But each of those frames will let you stay in the air for a different amount of time. And so some gaps you need the longest hover to get across, which makes them frame perfect. So I'm just going to get this life here. Lives are very important in this version. In the PS1 version of this game, there's a live glitch right at the start that everyone does, which gets you 10 free lives. But on PC, we don't have that. That got patched out in the month or so between releases. So instead, it's gonna be a lot riskier because we're only gonna have a few lives. This is the first boss. All you have to do is just run away from him, and then he'll get tired, and then you hit him. All the bosses in this game are pretty free. It's basically just 3 levels, then a boss, 3 levels, then a boss. That's each world, and there's 4 worlds. Alright, he's done. So here's the first long hover in the game that I'm going to go for. I didn't get it. So I was a frame early just then, which is annoying because you find out that you were a frame, like, you find out all the way into the hover that it just doesn't make it. If you're a frame late, you'll just fall and die, so it's fine. But that hover at the start there isn't really punishing because you can just climb up the wall. Most of them, you'll just fall and die. Something else is that moving in the air is faster than being on the ground, which is why I'm hovering everywhere, even if I don't need to be. And also, moving diagonal is faster. So we'll be going diagonal pretty much everywhere. Nice skip here to cut across. These platforms drag you back, even when you're in the air. So you want to go around them. Platforms are weird in this game. It's like Croc's movement is entirely relative to the floor beneath him. So if you're on a moving platform and the floor moves, Croc will move with it, even when he's in the air. So you really got to like not try to like fight against them. You just got to go around them. So I missed my hover just then, but on the PC version, it's actually faster to quit out and load back into the level than it is to wait for you to fall and die if you're in the first room. And also, I didn't lose a life just then. Whereas on the PS1 version, because loads are like atrocious, you can't really do that. So this boss, we just need to bait him into hitting us, and then we can stomp him. And in each phase, he'll add an extra move. And stomping is kind of weird, so ideally you want to jump and stomp him in the same motion, but sometimes the stomp just doesn't come out. Alright. So that's the first world done. And now we are on to the ice world. Also, the music in this game is amazing. So you're meant to push this box, but you can just hover to get up here instead. I'm going to grab this crystal here, because crystals in this game work like they do in Sonic, where if you get hit with a crystal, you just drop them all, and if you get hit without any, you die. And that's exactly why I got that crystal, because that gap there is a long hover, but if you have a crystal on you, it's actually a mid hover because you can damage boost instead. Oh, almost got that. I'm running on a different version to what I normally run on, because the original version's really hard to get running on PCs. So the loads are slightly longer. Normally at the start of that room, I would jump like the first frame, but because the loads are longer, I couldn't time it. Alright, that's that level done. This next level, it's a big loop, and you're meant to go forwards, but you can actually do a long hover to get across here. Alright, that was a mid hover. Nice, there we go. Yeah, it's a big loop, but it's faster to go backwards across the loop. Grab this key, and then go back. It saves about 3 seconds, I think, doing that long hover. And then with this key, we're meant to go into a door, which in that door there's another key. Well, there's 2 keys in that door, which you're then meant to go around. So just on my right there, I was meant to take this key to that door, but I can actually just take it to this one instead. Because you're meant to open that box, but you can just drop down, which skips like half of the level. Alright, so we have another boss level here. This one has a very tight long hover at the start. Nice. That's an example of where if I were to walk perfectly straight, or like fly across that perfectly straight, you would barely make that gap, or you would ledge grab it. But going diagonal, it's just so much, you just make it so much easier. Also, this boss is really easy. You just wait for him to go above you, and then you tail attack him when he falls. In this level, you're meant to do this whole big section here to get across that small gap, but you can just hover across. Or you could just grab a crystal and just damage boost across instead. Because there's also a hoverless category for this game, where you can't hover. There's still some crazy tricks in it, but it's a lot more approachable because you don't have to do frame perfect tricks constantly. And I got those crystals at the start of that room before, both as safety crystals for here, and because I managed to keep them, I can do a skip in this room, where you run on this box, you jump up. Oh, can I get that crystal? No, I can't. Okay. Yeah, you can damage boost on that waterfall, but instead I will go up here instead. That button makes that platform go down, which takes ages, but that was still faster than just doing it normally, even though I stuffed that up. So here's one of those Gobbos that I'm meant to be saving, but because it's any percent, we don't really care about them. But that one's just in the way, so. In this room here, you're meant to grab a box, so you can jump up there, but with some very precise jumps. Hang on. Like that. You can just skip that. You're meant to wait for that cycle there, but you can just go.
Time for a quick donation.
Yep.
Yeah, so we have $100 from Jimmy Boy that reads Croc Block. Also shout out the Soap Boys.
Alright, so in this room, we just do a hover across here. Oh, unfortunate. I have 0 lives, so hopefully I don't die. We can jump up. This is quite tight, these platforms here, but that's okay. You meant to press that button to make a platform come down, but instead I'm just going to do a mid-hover across here. That's also a long hover, but with the crystals you can make it a mid-hover. Same with this one right here. Nice camera. The camera likes to get stuck in this game. So this is another boss level here. And this has a big long hover as well, which is even tighter than the one before. So hopefully I get it. Nice. So that one's blind as well, where you just have to like line up and jump. You have to be right on like the part that sticks out of the ice and land on the part that sticks out. I'm gonna get hit here, and he drops a crystal, but because I'm rolling backwards, you just pick it up again. That's fine. In this boss, we're gonna stand here. We're gonna bait him towards the wall. We're gonna hit him, which makes when he splits, they stay together. So then you can bait them together again. And you kill them both. And you kill them both. Nice. Also, I'm very glad the game did not crash just then, because it's very common for it to crash. I'm going to take a death right here because I have 0 lives, and then I just restart the level, and now I have 2 lives. Also, in the first room of this level, there's a skip that you can do, which skips going and getting that key, which on PC saves about 2 seconds, but it's really, really difficult. But on PS1, because of the load times of going in and out of that door, it actually saves about 15 seconds. So you really want to do that on PS1. Doesn't really matter on PC that much. One of the other major differences. But yeah, now we're in the desert. There was an elephant just there for some reason. And also these hazardous pits, they have this slope on the edge of them. Oh. I was meant to get a mid-hover, but I got 2 short hovers just then. You can just stand on the edge of those, which makes those sections a lot easier. Let me get that crystal, because I don't want to die right here. And now we're underwater. If we line this up, we can go straight through that gap there, which saves about a second. In this room, you can just stick your head into the cage to get that Gobbo, which is super useful in 100% and saves like 30 seconds or something, but you don't need to do it in 80%, I just wanted to show you. This is a dark room where you're meant to get those jars, which lights the room up for you. I think that's one of the only jars I'll ever get though, because it's just in the way. I can do all the rooms without looking. So I'm going to get that crystal there, and now I'm going to do a mid to intentionally drop the crystal, because in this room here, we want to die as soon as we get the key. So, because I have no crystals, I die the moment I hit the ground, which is faster than waiting for him to hit once when he loses the crystal, and then again when he dies. But this level's pretty uneventful. There's a bunch of mini games that we're like walking past and not doing. Grab this key.
time for a quick donation then?
Yep.
Yeah, so we have $25 from Aeon Frodo that says, "Hey there, sucks not to be here, but enjoying the show at home. Throw $20 towards Blue Lions, which is the next donation incentive for the final run of this marathon. You can pick the category for the Fire Emblem Three Houses. Golden Deer is still ahead at $189.65. Blue Lions is just behind it at $181.69, and Black Eagles is trailing behind a little bit at $140. So if you want to see your favorite house be the representative, be sure to donate and include it in your donation message."
So this is another boss, and this is the worst boss in the game because it's an underwater boss. So we do some specific turnarounds. He did not do what he's meant to do. Okay, this has been completely ruined. That's okay, we should be fine. Alright. The other thing about swimming in this game is it's really, really bad. It loves to like buffer inputs and things. Where like if you press swim forward twice and then turn around, he will keep swimming forward like multiple times. I have 0 lives, so I'm going to die again here to get my lives back. This is where the game really picks up in difficulty. There's going to be a lot of hovers. That was bad. Yet again, quitting out because it's faster than dying. Alright. I really don't want to lose any more lives in this level. That's not good. Okay. Get the key. It's good I have crystals on me, otherwise I would have died. Do a hover across here. The edges of those pits are really wonky. You're not meant to be able to stand on them. And just then, when I went to land on it, I like turned in air, so I landed on it at a particular angle. If I just straight landed at it, Croc would have slid, and then that would have been hard to recover, and I probably would have died. So here I'm going to grab that key and die. Grab this safety crystal, because I have no lives now, and we head back. Because it's way faster to just die there than it is to walk all the way back. Make our way across here. Nice. So yeah, gonna take another death here. This room has like a ton of stuff that you're meant to do in it, but you can just hover across that gap. You don't even need to hover. You can make that with a very tight jump. Hover across here. I'm landing on these pipes at a very particular angle. Like you like jump on the top, and it makes you can go through without falling into the hitbox. That's unlucky. There we go. And pushing that button opens up this pipe over here. In PS1, you can clip into this pipe, but no one's ever been able to do it on PC. I guess the collision's just slightly different. There's also a Sega Saturn version of this game, which no one has ever run, if anyone wants a free world record. I'll wait here a moment to grab this platform so I can grab this spare life. See how like I got dragged to the edge just then? Because I like was on top of the platform and then it was moving away from me. Alright, so we just come in here to grab this key. And we go back out. Nice butt slide. So now we're going to try to not die in this room. Just jumping on the edges when it's fairly blind. Nice. I'm going to grab this safety crystal here in case I get shot by one of these guys. Just like that. I'm going to grab this key and die here, which takes me back to the start of the room. Once again, just jumping on the edges because it's easier than waiting for the cycles. Alright, so I have 1 life now, but I really want to, so I'm gonna Death Abuse at the start of this boss. So now I have 2 lives, and the start of this boss has 2 extra lives hanging around it. Also, with these guys here, it's very important that oh, that's unfortunate. It's very important that I start my tail attack really early before hitting them, because if Croc is on the ground doing a tail attack, he can't jump. It'll eat every jump input you do. So that's why you try to start the tail attack when you're in the air well before you hit them. Then occasionally you're not tail attacking when you get to them. This boss, I have no idea how you're supposed to do this boss. We just do this thing where we hit him a bunch of times and it works. I have no idea what you're supposed to do. Missed the long hover.
Got time for a quick donation?
Yep.
Yeah, we have $25 from Simply Crockers that reads, "This run is absolutely croctacular. Go, go, Croc-mall."
Thanks, Nick. So this level is really, really hard. There was a long hover there at the start. This is another long hover. That one saves like 10 seconds. Very important to do. And this room also has another long hover in it. Instead of taking the monkey bars, we're going to jump on top like that. I think that was early. Yeah, that was early. I'm not going to try that again because I really, really want my lives for the next room. So we're just going to have to wait for the platform. Because there's another long hover in the next room, which saves 25 seconds, and I really don't want to game over or have to not do it. So yeah, in this room, you're supposed to do this puzzle where you make some gears drop, which will make the platform move. But you can just long hover across this gap if you get a long hover. That was a mid hover, 1 frame too early. This is why I wanted extra lives for this. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. So now I have to do that level again. I'm actually going to go back and get some lives. Because I do not want to do that with 2 levels. With 2 lives. So let's try this again. Yeah, so each of these long hovers is frame perfect. Alright, there we go. Nice.
Have time for a couple?
Yep.
So we have a $10 in-person donation that is going towards Blue Lions, which had put it in the lead until a $5 donation from Lim that reads, "Do not make the Hilda cosplayer sad. Golden Deer time." So that is now, Golden Deer has just pulled ahead at $196.65. Blue Lions right behind it at $191.69, and Black Eagles is still at $140. If you would like to donate to either of those, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com, type !donate in Twitch chat, or you can go to the whiteboard in person and you can make an in-person donation. Thank you.
Alright, that should not have taken that long, but that's okay. I'm going to grab those crystals here and catch this cycle. That's the hard part of this level done. It's just 4 consecutive frame perfect tricks. It's a massive run killer. But I got those crystals here because in this room, there are these guys here. Their hitboxes just don't work, so you just damage boost through them, get hit on the first one, and then you iframe through the second. It's very important in this game if you're going to do a damage boost, that you're in the air when you get hit. Because if Croc is on the ground, he'll like do a stagger animation and just stand still, which loses you time, and also you're not using your iframes to get through anything. So yeah, you want to make sure you're in the air. You can just hover up those staircases. In this room, you're meant to wait for a cycle, but you can just hover. You can hover onto that zappy thing. Oh, really? It's also, I think it's the ice physics on this thing, but because you're never meant to be on it, I guess they just made it ice. I don't know. Because I died there, I didn't have my crystal to damage boost through that, so I had to wait for the cycle. Let's save that guy. I have 0 lives, so I'm not going to risk long hovering across this room. Let's just go around. Just press that button, make these appear. There we go. So I'm going to take a death on him, so I get all my lives back. Now you jump around him. And I'm going to grab this key and jump up to take a death on that, on the spider, which takes me back to the start of the room. Alright everyone, place your bets. Where is he going to go? I'm just kidding, I'm not going to tell you where he's going. With those boxes, there's only 3 possible combinations that, like 3 sequences that it can do. And I think one of them is faster than the other 2, which is like the only source of RNG in this run at all. I do know which box he was in, but, well, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've run 100%, so I can't remember which box it was in, but it's just, you just look at the first 2 moves and you know where he is at the end. Also, you blow this guy up to open the door for you. So grab all these lives. We really want 5 lives going into this section of the run. This is where it gets even harder. But this level here is fine. There are still many long hovers to go. So yeah, we just make our way through here. I guess something else I didn't point out is that this game uses tank controls instead of like being relative to the camera, like most 3D platformers are. It's really weird at first, but once you get used to it, it just feels natural. This boss, you just have to stand here, and he throws a bomb at you, and then you move to the side, and then the bomb will walk onto the platform and blow him up. You can do some weird like Tash shenanigans to like make him land on the thing and go back. Normally when he lands on it, he goes flying off and doesn't hit him. But you just do that and it works. You skip this room by just doing a hover across there. You can also make that one just by jumping. Long hover here, and then we do a hover around the door, around the wall, because the wall there does not have any collision, which saves like 30 seconds. Nice, we get that long hover as well. If you're not using hovers, you can also clip in to above that door. Yeah, I think they kind of just ran out of time making this game, which is why like these levels are so bare and things just don't have walls. Alright, I have a crystal so I can damage boost through those without waiting for the cycle. And there we go. In this level here, we just stand here for a minute spamming attack. And that's it, if you have any donations.
So while we're watching this engaging gameplay, we do have a few donations. We have $20 from our own Softman25 that is put towards Blue Lions. We also have $4 from one of the crowd members over here that was put towards Black Eagles. And we also have a $100 anonymous donation that is also put to Black Eagles. Now actually shooting Black Eagles ahead in first place to $244, while Blue Lions is now at $211 and 69 cents, and now poor little Golden Deer now last place at $194 and 65 cents. If you want to see your house met, make sure to get those donations in. Thank you.
So there was a second one of that auto-scroller that I was able to skip there. Because the way the game... Because you're actually falling that entire time. The way that the game stops you from skipping it is when you leave the ground, it starts a timer. And when the timer expires, you die. But in the second room, you spawned in the air. And you can just hold... And like hold in the air and you'll dodge the platform, and so the timer never starts. So you can, with some fairly precise inputs, fall all the way down to the bottom. And that saves like a minute because you don't have to do it again. Alright, so this is probably the hardest level in the game. Two very difficult skips in it. So we get those crystals here because in this room we're going to do a damage boost. Nice. So we iframe our way through those, and we make this cycle right here. Oh, that was close. Now we just have to wait for it now. I made the cycle, but didn't jump high enough. So it would have saved a lot of time. But now I've got to wait for all these.
Time for a quick one when we make our way back. We have $15 from Thermosphere that says Croc. And we have $30 from Bobcatter that says it's Croc-o'clock.
From Bobcatter. That was a long hover there. There's some crazy Tash shenanigans that you can do in this level to like clip up onto the door that I came through and like hover across it. But that's really, really hard. So I'm not going to do that. Just gotta wait for these cycles. If you hold up left into this room, you land up here, which saves doing all that stuff down there. You're meant to fall down there, but you can just skip it. Now we jump on here. And you're meant to go all the way around on these platforms too, but if you just wait, the platform goes up, which is where we want to be. There we go. That level done. So now we're on to the final boss. Just damage boost through all of these. go. So Dante is a little bit different to the other bosses. Instead of just being 3 hits, he has 3 phases of 3 hits. So in this phase, he just kind of backhands you and sometimes slaps the floor like that. Nice hit. In the second one, we're going to go for a frame perfect hit on him at the start. Nice. Now we're going to step perfectly backwards. He's going to run up the wall. And we can do a second frame perfect hit on him there, so he skips his hurt animation. We're going to run to here, jump around, stand up here. And we went to the other side so he doesn't have to turn around and face us. He's already facing us. That's that hit. This is the final phase. It turns out he can hover as well. But this is really easy. You literally just stand underneath him and he can't hit you. Time will be coming up sometime after the last hit. I'll say when. But that's pretty much Croc. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to run Croc yourself, wait 1 sec. And time. Yeah, if you want to run Croc yourself, we have a Discord. Links on all the speedrun.com pages for Croc. It's on PC, PS1, Sega Saturn. Yeah. What was the time on that?
Your time was 36:40.
Okay. I was expecting that after what happened in 4-1, where I had to do the whole level again. But yeah, that was alright. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
Alrighty, and with that.